Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of the NBC Baseball First Pitch here in 2014. As always, presented to you by our good friends at Rawlings. My name is Derek Dockett, Assistant Commissioner of New Media and Technology at the Valley. Once again, joined by our NBC Baseball analyst, Shane Dennis. Shane, how's it doing this cold winter?
I'm looking forward to some baseball weather, that's for sure. It's right around the corner, and pretty excited about it.
Yeah, baseball means warmer weather and of course, the crack of the bat or the ping of the bat as we have in college baseball. And of course, now the NBC Baseball preseason poll comes out today. What strikes you as surprising? What do you see when you look at this year's poll?
Well, I think it's the usual suspects a little bit, but also all three of the top three that we'll talk about today have some work to do and some people to replace, no question about that. We'll start with Illinois State. I think they certainly have a good starting point in their pitching staff. With who they return. Dan Savas is a preseason All-American, Jeremy Rhodes at the back end of that bullpen. Now, they got a few things to fill in between because they got a lot of guys to replace, but what concerns me with Illinois State is their offense. They lost 7 guys that did a ton for them last year. Mike Hollenbeck is coming back. Brock Stewart is coming back, so you got some building blocks there. But they got a lot of offense to replace. Now, that being said, I will say that what Mark Kingston has done since he's been there excites me and should excite the folks in Bloomington Normal because he's won 2 regular season titles, a postseason title, almost won one last year. So I think we're getting to a point now, Derek, where we say, okay, Illinois State is going to be in the top tier in the Missouri Valley Conference simply because of Mark Kingston and his track record and the coaching staff that he's put together there.
All right. Wichita State, Missouri State, of course, picked up the top 2 teams. Shockers bring back a new coach, newest face in the Valley.
Yeah, new regime in Wichita for the first time ever. Gene Stevenson won't be the head coach there. Todd Butler comes in, much ballyhooed. He's got a pretty good background. He's been to the College World Series with another couple of programs. But what's interesting, I think, with Wichita State, Derek, is that when you inherit a program with a vacated head coaching spot, normally the cupboard's pretty bare because normally the team will have lost the year before and don't have much coming back. That's not the case with Wichita State. They went to the NCAA regionals last year in Manhattan, so Todd Butler doesn't exactly have the cupboard bare. You got Casey Gillespie, who big things are expected from him. He's got a really interesting combination of power and patience at the plate. And then Tyler Baker and Garrett Bailiff, a couple of left-handed hitters that are kind of veterans, as it were, and Bailiff's finally healthy, too. So they got a pretty good building block to start with Wichita State's new regime, and Todd Butler, I'm sure, is finding that out right now.
Yeah, you talk about the cupboard not being bare with the Shockers. Some of those returning players that pop out to you around the league, who are some of those names to be on the lookout for?
Tate Matheny's the one that sticks out to me. He came out like gangbusters last year at Missouri State, and he is returning this year. Obviously, he was just a kid last year, but got thrown into the fire and did a great job in the outfield for Keith Gutton. And also on that same team, John Harris. He's going to end up being the de facto ace now that Nick Petrie's gone. There are a couple of guys in that pitching staff for Missouri State that are coming back. Tyler Burgess, we're going to find out if he can be the closer. There's a couple of guys coming back from injury. Cody Schumacher got off to a good start. So Missouri State's got a bunch of guys returning that I think, and certainly especially in the pitching staff, that will really make a lot of noise this year in the Valley for Missouri State and Keith Gutton.
And finally, we talked about the new head guy in Wichita with Todd Butler, but the longevity in coaches in the Valley, these guys just never go away, do they?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. And talking about Missouri State, those guys that are together with Keith Gutton have been together forever, much like Wichita State had with their trio that 2 of them depart from last year. But, that's to me the fun thing about the Valley is the familiarity. You will have some guys come and go a little bit. Indiana State's experiencing that. And Wichita State as well. We got a new guy in either the third base coaching box or in the dugout, as it were. But yeah, Wes Carroll back at Evansville. We talked about Kingston. We talked about, and now the dean of the head coaches in the Valley is Keith Gutton. But the familiarity of the coaching staff, I think, does nothing but do good things for the league, and spreading the goodwill and trying to year after year put multiple teams in the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely, Keith Gutton now entering his 33rd year in the Valley, over 1,000 coaching wins, all at Missouri State. So should be another fun ride as we head into spring, get ready for some Valley baseball, and look forward to chatting with you all season long. Shane, thanks so much for your insight.
Sounds good.
This has been the NBC Baseball First Pitch presented by Rawlings. Look forward to joining you all next time here on NBCSports.com.